Okay, for the next video today, we're going to be using Google Drawings. We don't use Google Drawings a lot in our class, but there are a couple things we use it for. First thing is this checkerboard background. This really confuses students. What this is implying, this is the computer's way of displaying transparency, that this is an empty background with nothing on it. It's not even a white background. It would be like painting on glass. So for our use, the first thing I usually do is I establish a white background for most things that I do. There we go. Now I've got a nice solid white canvas to work on. Now there's two different things that I use this for. We use the shape tools here when we do maps, and we work with bird's eye view, and usually I have students do maps of their bedroom, something that's very familiar with them for them. So, and they're going to use a lot of rectangles. There's, probably a bed, something like that. They might use something more like this for their pillow. Okay, maybe I'll center that up a little bit. Then when they start looking at objects like chairs, gives them a chance to use some of the other tools, this rounded edge corner, and being able to rotate that object, and then stacking a second rounded edge object on top of it to be the back of the chair, something to that effect. I've seen students create arms as well. I've seen lots of bedside tables and lamps, and they really can go with this as far as they want. This is also another opportunity to get into labeling things, which is a great skill for scientific drawing and diagramming and so on. You can talk about windows and doors. I typically have my students do windows, something to that effect, and then label it. And I have them do the same with doors and just label it differently. Obviously, they can use their colors to do different things to make it look closer to what it really looks like in their room and show a little bit of their creativity. The other thing that we use Google Drawings for is a project that we call Cartoon U. So we start this project with a selfie, and we're going to use the snapshot tool again. The students would hit remember, that way they don't have to go through this again. I leave it off so I can show my students. So you'll take a snapshot, select it, and once that inserts, there we go. Now I can stretch this as I'd like. I can crop it, similar to all the other Google tools. Double click and crop in. You get the idea. What we do is we go into the line tool and we go to curve. Curve connector is going to give you a hard time. You want curve, and I tell them to look for that backwards S, and that usually is a good key for them. And what I have them do is I have them start outlining the objects in the image. Now, as every time I reach another point, I click again. Let's try that one more time. Let's try that pillow. And you want to work with closed shapes. And you see how that jumped to close itself. And now I can come in here and I can make that red, like the pillow that was there. I can come in and let's say that I'm going to do my shirt. So we'll start here and start going up along. The more time and effort, more detail they put into this, you can see I'm clicking a lot more regularly because of the curves. The more curved the situation, the more clicks you'll need to make it work.